Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of Allah, most merciful and most gracious. And here we are talking in a topics, very short topics, about the diary of performing the Hajj, inshallah Azza wa Jal. The 8th of Dhul Hijjah, the day of Tarwiyah. The rites of Hajj begin on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, which is called the day of Tarwiyah, because Quraysh in the past will be collect water for the pilgrims. This day, the pilgrim of Tamattu assumes ihram for Hajj in the morning. Before doing so, he does what he did before the ihram for Umrah bathing, using scent. He makes the intentions for ihram from wherever he is staying or residing. Those of Qiran and Ifrad are already in Ihram. Pilgrims in the state of Ihram for Tamattu, Qiran and Ifrad all set out for Mina before noon, and they pray Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib and Isha. Each prayer is done at its proper time and not combined. But the 4 rak'ah prayers are shortened to 2. They spend the eve of the 9th of the Hijjah in Mina and pray Fajr there. Anyone staying in Mina before the day of Tarwiyah assumes ihram there on the morning of the day. The Sunnah is to spend the day of Tarwiyah in Mina. Pray the Fajr prayer on the 9th and then wait until the sun rises. After the sunrise, the pilgrims move on to Arafat, calmly and quietly praising Allah or reciting the Quran, and especially repeating the Talbiyah, لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. We are talking the 9th of the Hijjah, the day of Arafah. This is the great pillars of pilgrimage. Staying at Arafah is among the pillars of Hajj, without which the Hajj is invalid. Our Prophet peace be upon him said, the Hajj is Arafah. The Hajj is Arafah. This is narrated by Abi Dawud. Hadith Sahih, correct hadith. The day of Arafah is the most blessed day. Therein multitudes of pilgrims throng to the plain of Arafat, where the Muslims will remain until after sunset. I repeat, all the pilgrims will remain until after the sunset. On the day, Allah posts of them to his angels. In Sahih Muslim, narrated by Aisha, may Allah pleased with her, reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, there is no day on which Allah frees as many of his servants from the fire as on the day of Arafah. Indeed, he draws near and then passes off to the angels and says, what do they want? What do they want? We ask of Allah his favor and kindness. It is a sunnah practice for the pilgrim to stop at Namira at noon for the Dhuhr and Asr prayer and to hear the speech, khutbah, if possible. Otherwise, he should enter Arafah and be sure that he is inside the Buddha. Inside it's a Buddha of Arafah. There are numerous road signs and posters showing the location of boundaries. The entire plain of Arafah is a standing place. The pilgrim should take care on this great day to make the best use of his or her time, reciting the Talbiyah, seeking Allah's forgiveness, confirming His unity, and praising Him. He should direct himself toward Allah, the Mighty and the Majestic, with humility, exerting the utmost effort in the supplication for himself, his spouse and children, and his brother Muslims. At noontime, the Imam delivers a speech to the people, reminding, advising, and instructing them. Then he leads the pilgrims in the Dhuhr and Asr prayers, joined as shortened جمع تقديم, with one adhan and two iqama, as the Prophet did, peace be upon him. No other prayers is performed before or afterward. No, لا سنة قبلية ولا سنة بعدية. Keep attention. Pilgrims must be careful on this blessed day to avoid committing any sin which could cause them to lose some of the great reward of his noble day and sacred place. There is some common errors. It's very important for all the pilgrims to avoid these errors. On the day of Arafah, many pilgrims commit errors which should be brought to attention. The first, sitting outside the Buddha of Arafah, remaining there until the sunset, and after that leaving for Muzdalifah. Whoever does that has not performed Hajj. If you are stay outside the Buddha of Arafah, the Hajj will be false. The Hajj will be failed. Take care to be inside the Buddha of Arafah. The second, leaving Arafah before the setting of the sun. This is not permissible, as it is contrary to the brackets of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Anyone who does so must return before sunset, otherwise he will have to slaughter an animal in ransom. The third, this is very important, this is the third, crowding and pushing in order to climb the top of the Mount of Arafah, the Mount of Mercy, Jabal al-Rahmah, rubbing one's hands on it and praying there. All this is from among the innovation that have no basis in the religion. Furthermore, it can be physically harmful. The fourth, facing the mount during supplication. The sunnah is to face the Qibla, direction to the Kaaba when supplicating. Inshallah, for the next audios, we are talking about the days of Muzdalifah, the day of Muzdalifah and the days of Mina. I supplicate for Allah to accept all our good deeds in the Hajj and every time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.